Hey everyone, this is David here from SheetsFinance. In this video, I'm going to show you how to connect unlimited brokerage accounts directly to Google Sheets using the SheetsFinance extension. This is one of our latest features and it's super powerful. It allows you to pull in your entire portfolio, transaction history, options positions, and recent orders directly into Google Sheets. You can connect as many brokerage accounts as you like, and we currently offer a ton of major global brokers, including Interactive Brokers, Robinhood, Wealthsimple, Schwab, Fidelity, and many more. So let's jump right into it. Okay. Before we jump into the brokerage demo, I just want to quickly remind you that all of the information that I'll cover in this video is available in our online documentation. You can find it on our website, or you can also head to the extensions drop-down menu in Google Sheets and you can click guides and documentation here, which will launch our website. In this case, you'll see that there is a section under using the add-on called Brokerage, where you can see the supported brokers, and it goes into a lot more detail about how to use or how to connect your brokerage accounts. And additionally, under functions on the left-hand side, you can see a series of our brokerage functions handled here that explains all the different metrics that are available for each of these functions. So if at any point things get a little bit confusing, don't worry, you can always head to our docs and you can find all the answers there. Okay, let's get going. So we're in a blank spreadsheet. I'm going to assume that you've already installed SheetsFinance and SheetsFinance is active. So under our data product, you can call real-time prices. For instance, I can run the SF function and I can pull in the real-time price of Apple as a test to make sure that the extension is running. Once we know the extension's running, you can head here and go to the drop-down menu where you can open the brokerage sidebar. Once that opens up, you'll be able to see that we don't have any brokerage accounts connected at this point, and we also haven't enabled brokerage for this document. So what we're going to need to do is we're going to have to head to our website at sheetsfinance.com and activate and connect our brokerage accounts first. So let's do that. I'm going to click Open Dashboard from here, but you could also just head to the website yourself. If at this point you're presented with a login screen, obviously log in. If you've only ever installed the extension from Google Sheets, you are able to instantly connect just by logging in with Google. It'll pick up your account details automatically. If you've already logged in before, you'll be familiar with this screen. This is where your dashboard lives and it tells you about the subscriptions that you have and all of your connection and account information. If you head to this brokerage tab here, this is where we can get started, or you can head to our pricing page. You click get started and it takes you to the brokerage pricing page. From here, you're going to want to just click begin 15-day free trial. So as I mentioned before, we have two main products at SheetsFinance. We have the data product. This is all of our different SF functions that get you real-time and historical stock market data. And then completely separately, we have this brokerage product here, and they run on their own free trials. And if you purchase both, though, it gets bundled together as a single subscription. So I'm going to click this, and I'm going to click Begin Trial. And I'll let that load for a second. Okay, great. So you can see here we now have a data subscription and we have our brokerage subscription, which means that we can now connect our brokerage account. So I'm going to head over here to the brokerage tab. I have no connected accounts at this point. I'm going to click connect. Now, SheetsFinance has partnered with SnapTrade to provide these brokerage connections. They manage all the back-end secure and encrypted connections with your various brokerage accounts or providers. So I'll click continue here. And you'll see here are all the different institutions that are currently available via SheetsFinance. You can see Webull, we've got E-Trade, Interactive Brokers, Alpaca, Zeroda, and so on. There's also, I should mention, a number of cryptocurrency specific brokers like Coinbase and Binance and Kraken. So today I'm going to just connect a paper trading account through Alpaca Paper as an example. So I'll click here. Each connection will have a slightly different flow, but they'll all do largely the same thing. They'll navigate you away to a login page and then they'll bring you back to SheetsFinance. So we'll go through this process. Cool. So I entered some authentication details, and then once I did that, it then presented me with an authorization notice. So I'm going to click that. I entered those details outside of the video so that they weren't displayed, but you'll normally be presented with a login information for your broker. I'll click allow. And there we have it. I'll just refresh the page. Okay, great. So there's Alpaca Paper. We are now connected. That's all we need to do on the website, SheetsFinance.com, where you manage your subscription. So from here, we can now head back to Google Sheets. Okay, back in Google Sheets, what I'll do is I'll close and reopen the sidebar just to get the latest data. Great. So there we go. We've now successfully connected our Alpaca Paper account through SheetsFinance to Google Sheets. You can see it here on the right-hand side. And as we connect more accounts, either from the same institution, so you could have multiple accounts with Alpaca, or from multiple different institutions, they will begin to stack here as separate cards. Cool. So that's the account connected, but how do we actually access the data? So now that it's connected, everything is accessed through the SF brokerage function, which looks like this, equals SF_brokerage here on the left-hand side. Now, the way we actually access the data is we need to enter the account's nickname. Now, the nickname will be auto-created when you first connect to the account, and we can see here on the right-hand side that the nickname is Alpaca_paper. Now, if that's a little bit too long, or you want to rename your accounts to whatever you feel like, then just click this pencil icon here and you can edit it. For instance, I could change this to Alpaca like that, just to make it a little bit shorter, and click save. Great. So now we'll head back here and we'll continue writing out our first brokerage function. Now we want to pull in the holdings data or the portfolio for this account. So I type in Alpaca, and then for the data type, I write holdings. Now, before I click enter, I'll just say that this will be an error, and that is entirely on purpose, and it's because we haven't enabled brokerage in this document yet. And I wanted to show you this because it'll be a common speed bump on the way to getting your data flowing into the spreadsheet. So if you see here, we have a hash error, and if we read it, it says error, brokerage not enabled for this spreadsheet. Now, for security reasons, we've built it in SheetsFinance that you need to enable brokerage in each document that you want to access brokerage data in. And this is a per document variable or property. So over here on the right-hand side, you just have to check this box here that says enable brokerage. That will also refresh all of the brokerage functions in your spreadsheet. So we should now see, there we go, our holdings data has now arrived. So as you can see, this is the first function that we'll show you for Brokerage Connections, and that is the portfolio or the holdings. You can see here the name, we've got exchange data, and then all of the standard metrics that you would expect when looking at your portfolio on your actual broker's platform or dashboard. So we have the current price, the market value, the profit and loss of that position, the total number of units, and so on. As with all of our functions, you can of course control exactly the way that you want that data outputted, and that is the third argument called metrics. I won't go too deep into this. We cover this in a bunch of other tutorials for SheetsFinance, but for instance here, if I just want the symbol, the name, and for instance the market value, then I just use the ampersand symbol, to chain together the metrics that I'm after, and then I can click enter, and that will select the exact display and ordering that I'm after. So you have complete control over what data is returned from your portfolio. You don't have to deal with just the entire pool of irrelevant information if you don't want to. So let's explore the other brokerage functions that are available for this account. So the next one is the account balances. So again, SF Brokerage. And I'll point out here that each time you start to write a function in Google Sheets, this box may show, or if it doesn't, you can click the little question mark here to get some formula help. Click the drop down and you'll get a little description of each of the arguments and some expected values and so on. So that can sometimes be handy when you're getting used to how some of these functions work. So again, I'll write alpaca, and then I'll write balances, and this will get the account balances. Next up, and maybe over here, I'll pull in the recent orders for the account. So again, SF Brokerage, the account nickname again, and then orders. There we go. And lastly, for this demo, I will show you transactions. So alpaca, and we can pull in our transactions, and this will pull in quite a few years of transaction history for this account. Now, each broker varies in the amount of history available, so definitely check out our docs to see which of these features is available for which brokers, and that's all broken down under supported brokers in our online documentation. So if I click enter, this will pull in a ton of data on transactions, and you can see here all the buys and sells and even the fees or brokerage fees or maybe account fees that have been logged for this account. And this also includes the description as well, which is really handy. So you've got a ton of data to work with. Oh, I will also note there is one more function, which is options positions. Now, this trading account, this paper account, doesn't have any options positions, so I won't go into it in this walkthrough, but I'll save that for a future video. I'll add that there are just a couple other arguments for this transaction function. So, of course, there's the metrics. For instance, we could say symbol and name and type. And price, something like that. Then here we could do a start and end date. For instance, I could say today minus 90 days up until today, or I could enter an actual date directly. And then I can actually also sort by type. So this next argument here, I could say I only want to see buys, or I want to see buys and fees, for instance. So I use the and or the ampersand operator to do that, and then I can click enter. And there you have it. So in this scenario, we now have the transactions for the last 90 days. We're only displaying select metrics, so symbol, name, the type, and the price. And we've filtered it again by the actual transaction type. So we're only displaying buy types and fee types. So we're ignoring any sells. So you can see this is just scraping the surface. Feel free to jump into the docs to learn a whole lot more about it. But what I'm trying to show you here in this demo is you have ultimate control over the way you pull in the data, the way you filter the data, and you can build all kinds of interactive dashboards within Google Sheets using your real and often real-time brokerage data. So there you have it. That is Brokerage Connections in SheetsFinance. As I mentioned at the start, our brokerage product is entirely separate from our data product. So even if you've already used SheetsFinance and you've been using it for a while, you're still entitled to 15 days free access to our Brokerage Connections. So there's no reason not to jump in and give it a go and see if it's something that helps you with your investing workflow. If you have any questions, feel free to leave a comment on this video, send us an email, or you can contact us through our chat on our website. I'll be uploading some more videos about how to use brokerage in the future, but that's all for now. Enjoy.